Welcome back to a new video. So today I want to tell you my top 5 tips for Disneyland Paris. So these are just my personal tips that I use no matter if I'm in the park as a cast member or if I'm in the park as a guest. So hopefully you guys will find these useful. So my first tip is go to the left. Like, always go to the left. No matter if you're at the gates of the park or if you're at the end of Main Street, always go left because the queues tend to be quieter, the herd of people tends to be less, so always go left because you're probably going to save time. So my next tip is about fast passes. So when you get a fast pass, you will have a little ticket and at the bottom it will say a time. Now that time is when you're able to get your next fast pass. So if you go and get a Big Thunder fast pass at 5 o'clock in the evening, then that means you're not going to be able to get a fast pass until after that time. So try and get as early a fast pass as possible, because as soon as you've done those early ones, you can then go and get more, and then you can make the most out of your day. So my next tip is use extra magic hours for 3 things. So if you're staying at a Disneyland Paris hotel, then you are entitled to extra magic hours, which is an hour purely for the hotel guests before the rest of the guests come into the park. Now with this time, I would say use it for 3 things. Either use it for your non-fast pass rides like Crush's Coaster in Walt Disney Studios, or use it for the things that have the long queues like Peter Pan's Flight and Princess Pavilion. So if you know your son or daughter is really going to want to go and meet a princess or go on that ride, then use your extra magic hours for that, because those attraction lines are never ever short. So my 4th tip is 2 apps. So both of these apps I use every day when I'm at Disney. They are the Disneyland Paris Park app and the MagiPark app. The MagiPark app is an app that will tell you the wait times for both the parks, and it tends to be the most accurate. So when you click on the app and you can scroll down, you can look at all the different attractions, and usually the ones with the wait time that's the longest have red, and if you swipe across you will see usually the Walt Disney Studios park as well. Now the Disneyland Paris Park app, I feel like it gets brushed off sort of, and if you have your location services on and say you're at the bottom of Main Street and you want to get to Alice's Labyrinth and you don't know how to get there, then if you go on the app and you click on Alice's Labyrinth attraction, it will show you the quickest route to get there, and you can just follow that with your phone and it will move when you move basically. So I find it a lot easier to use than just a normal map, so definitely use that because it's a little bit more helpful than you think. And then speaking of maps, this is my final tip. Use the maps. Read the maps. So when you get given them or you pick them up, usually from City Hall, or when you first go through the gates you go under the railroad, and there's usually maps of different languages there, and they will tell you which characters are where and which characters are out at what time, as well as a bunch of other things like food and attractions and whatnot. But have a look at this for meet and greets, because the amount of times people ask me where certain characters are. So if you look at the map, it will say, for example, it will say Chip and Dale is out from 10 till 12 and then 2 till 4 or something like that. So if you go to that photo location between 12 and 2, Chip and Dale isn't going to be there, and obviously that's just going to waste your day. So have a look at the maps, read them carefully, and you can ask any member of staff where that certain location is. So obviously some of the locations you're probably thinking, where on earth is that? Now just ask a member of staff. Usually they're in red and they have like a little eye for information. Go and ask them and they will help you as much as possible. Also when you look at the map, it will have, I think it's a little Mickey sign, and those are all the photo locations that have a photo pass photographer. So if you are someone who has a photo pass and you're wanting to use it as much as possible, then go to those meet and greets with that little Mickey shape, because that's what that means. So I hope you guys have found that useful and you will use them when you next go to the Disneyland park. Fingers crossed, hopefully that is soon. If you did enjoy this video, then please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe, and thank you all so much for watching.